What's up, people? This your boy Pete Ross back in the building with another video. And with the homie.
Yo, what up, everybody? This is Micah, aka CMS, aka The One, and together we are the Purple
Underground. Yeah.
Are the new breed.
And today we have an article that was sent to us by our dear Facebook friend and colleague, Dwayne Woodley. Shout out to Dwayne. Let's give Dwayne a round of applause for this one.
Yes. Yes.
Round of applause.
Give it
You know what I'm
up.
saying? Dwayne Woodley, you know what I'm saying, sent this to us. Well, tagged us in this article. And as you can see, it comes from kysdc.com. I will put a link down in the description. You know what I'm saying? So you can go read this for yourself. But let's read the opening lines. HBO pulls plug on Neverland documentary. Of course, this is about Michael Jackson. Oprah deletes interviews with accusers from her YouTube. Yo, is it safe to talk about Oprah? Because you know, if you talk about Beyonce, Beehive coming after your ass. Do we got any Oprah nights that'll come after us?
Good question.
I mean, you know, we got to be careful about things like this. Anyway, yeah, HBO pulls plug on Neverland documentary. Oprah deletes interviews with accusers from her YouTube. Now, let's read a little bit of this article.
Speak on it.
All right. So you know how last month Michael Jackson's accusers, James Safechuck, was caught in a huge lie in the Leaving Neverland documentary on HBO? Safechuck claimed he was abused by Jackson inside the train station at the Neverland Ranch, which we later found out wasn't even built during the time he claims the abuse took place. Meanwhile, it looks like HBO has quietly taken the documentary off air. Quietly. According to reports, the network was supposed to air Leaving Neverland until September, but now the doc is ending this week. It may also have something to do with the fact that the state of Michael Jackson is currently suing HBO. Michael's nephews are raising money to film a counter documentary. One, I don't know what they're raising money for. They should have all the money in the world, but that's another video. Okay? Oh, and as far as Oprah Winfrey, all of the interviews with Wade Robinson and James Safechuck has been deleted from her YouTube channel. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, why would Oprah delete the videos from her YouTube page? And why would HBO be pulling the documentary off of their channel? Maybe because these people were not telling the truth. Maybe. They weren't telling the truth. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
You know, Safechuck was raped inside the train station in Neverland. And the train station wasn't even built around the time he said it happened. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Really? You know, these guys get caught up in more lies than Richard Nixon, man. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? They tried to get some dough. They couldn't get it conventional way, so they make the documentary to get the dough. But now the documentary is being pulled, so they won't get no royalties from the documentary because HBO ain't airing the motherfucker no more. So it's just over. It's just over for these guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, no better for them. You know? I mean, look. I'm going to keep it 100. Okay? I've been really trying to stay away from this as far as, you know, giving my honest opinion. Now, let me tell you something. There is no amount of money for me as a parent if you rape my child that I'm going to be quiet. Okay? And the parents knew supposedly, and they didn't do nothing. Michael let them buy him a house. No. You can't buy me. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Which tells me that if Michael did this, these are some of the worst parents of all time just to be quiet about it. Or he didn't do it and they're lying to get the money. You see what I'm saying? So My whole thing is I don't think Michael done it. I'm going to continue to believe Michael done it. And the problem is these things keep coming out like this. HBO pulling the documentary. Oprah deletes the interviews off her YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? It just makes them look stupid. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking away nothing from real victims. There are real victims in this world that are suffering from child molestation, women suffering from rape. You know what I mean? And people should not, you know what I'm saying, do things like this, especially if it's not true. You know what I mean? So my thing is, I don't think Michael done it. And as long as the evidence keep pouring out, hey, you know, and I'm telling you another reason why I think Oprah did this. I'm tell you why I think Oprah did this. Because you know what? Because Gail had a hot interview that week too. Her homegirl Gail, she had a hot interview too with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And I think she was trying to get a one up on Gail. But I think Gail's shit was a lot better. You know what I mean? You know, but you know, I think Oprah was trying to get a one up on her. You know what I mean?
My mother just told me the same thing this morning.
Yeah.
She said the exact same thing what you just said.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Except I feel like Gail's shit is actually founded in something when Oprah's is not. You know what I'm saying? If Oprah wanted to do a documentary on child molestation, she could have done that without even bringing Michael up and looking for ratings. You know what I mean? So now she took the shit off her YouTube page. Well, it's just over for me. You know what I'm saying? Like this case is open and closed. How you feel about it, my brother?
Well said. Let me just say this before I even really speak my mind on this. I'm also in no way, shape, or form in support of people being molested, raped, things like that. I know for victims, real true victims, that's a very touchy and sensitive subject, very traumatic experience. I just want to put that out there because it is no secret for those who know me, know that I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. Always have been. Michael was the first artist, period, you know, to me that I even discovered. Now, I've been riding with Michael. I'm still going to, you know, continue to ride with Michael. And I was posting things on my Facebook page. And, you know, when people like what you post or they comment, they leave comments. And then there was a couple people who may have been a little objective, you know, about the situation, or may have felt like, well, if you don't know how victims are and things like that, because, you know, they may have kind of relate to that. And I get that. So that's why I wanted to say, you know, I understand, you know, for real true victims. Now, there are some people who felt the need to leave comments on my page who wanted to call Michael a molester, and, you know, he's a pedophile, whatever. And then they chose to almost question my morals and things like that in the way that I was brought up, because I'm basically co-signing for Michael. You know, so people, or I should say a certain individual, and I'm not going to say the person's name, but I'll describe what he does though. But a certain individual felt like the need to go in and say Michael was a pedophile. How could you be supportive of him? You're a joke, you know, makes me want to question your morals and how you were brought up and blah, 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 blah. Now, here's my thing, right? I'm sure all you people, all you viewers, y'all are on social media. I'm very much aware that whatever you post on there, you're going to get any kind of feedback, good, you know, or bad, or whatever. That's fine. In this particular subject, it can go either way. But my thing is, you don't have to comment if you don't agree. You got an index finger that could scroll all the way through your little timeline. Now, to the individual who felt like the need to chime in or whatever like that, because I guess he felt like he was bored and he felt like the need to troll. You know, I kind of felt like, well, damn, like you can have your opinion, and that's cool, but you ain't got to be so negative and be an asshole about it. You see what I'm saying? But I chose to kind of ignore the guy, but he wanted to keep chiming in. Now, it's unfortunately, P. Ross, and all of our viewers, that this guy lives in Las Vegas. And no, this is not somebody we have met that's from Las Vegas. This is an individual who I've never even met, but he sent me a friend request, I don't know when, and he's a Prince fan, and he is a magician, I guess. Okay, so when he wanted to chime in, shout out to Dwayne Woodley, because he kind of came in and kind of backed me up too, along with Miss LC. So he felt like the need to say that Michael was a pedophile. Okay, now you want some dialogue. So where is the proof that you can provide to me that Michael abused these kids? Like, I need proof. I need the data. So I'm waiting for this dude to comment back. I'm like, okay, he's not going to, he's not going to say nothing back. So I gave this guy 48 hours. Gave him 48 hours to comment back. So he refused to. You know why? Because it's a fucking lie. There is no evidence. Now, going back to what I was saying to you before, my brother, it's unfortunately this guy lives in Las Vegas, because if he lived in northern Kentucky, where I live at, or if he lived over the river.
Hold on, wait a minute. Before you say that, you know what I'm saying? I want to throw this in. This is a disclaimer. You dig what I'm saying? This is no way in any shape or form threatening anyone. You may continue.
Right. But, and I'm glad you put that in there, but let's say if he lived over in Cincinnati or Indiana, I knew this individual personally, or just knew of him, and the way that he was talking ish and trying to question certain things, because my thing is, when you sit there and try to question someone's morals and how they were brought up, I feel like you trying to question the people who raised me, and I take that real personal. So if I knew this person, or knew someone who knew this person, I probably would have pulled up on him. Not to do nothing violent, but just to see if you got that same energy, and you said you got the same big balls and extra nuts that you had when you was behind your phone, using your thumbs. That's just me, though. That way we can really have some one-on-one dialogue. Because I want to see if you have that same energy to say the same dumb shit that you said on social media to my face. Because my thing, you can have your opinion, but, let's be respectful. That's all I'm saying. And, for everybody who feels like, Michael did it, hey, you're entitled to feel like that. But just remember, there's more evidence that he is innocent than it is of him being guilty. So, I mean, it's just funny to me, man. Now, why is everybody going back and retracting everything? What's the director? What's his name? Dan Reed. Now he's saying that James Safechuck, like his timeline don't add up, right?
Right.
And he said that he was abused in '88 or whatever. See, and my thing is this: if Michael was around you that much in '88, I don't believe that, because Michael was on a world tour. So the Bad Tour went from 87, 88, and ended on January 27th of my birthday in 1989. So when's he gonna have? And I'm not saying he didn't have no breaks in between, but that was a big tour. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a long tour. And then why is it that for people who actually did watch that mockumentary, why is it that Wade Robinson, whatever, failed to mention Brandy Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's niece, and he dated her? Why is that? Because it wouldn't fit his narrative. It's just that simple. I mean, like I said, to me, it's got to make sense. I got to connect the dots. And none of this, it don't make sense to me. It's off of hearsay. It's a bunch of lies. And everything, all these accusations that they ever said about Michael, it always leads back into someone trying to get some money out of him or the estate. So that's pretty much how I feel about it, man. So for Taj Jackson, Michael's nephew, which is Tito's oldest son, I hope he can put together his documentary quickly to prove and provide the evidence, or like what my man P. Ross and me always say, the data. We're data. We say data because it got some swag to it. But, just put the documentary out. I hope Brandy Jackson's going to be a part of that so she can really put Wade on the chop block. Because I feel like she plays a very important role in this whole storyline. He never. I mean, I had seen the film Leaving Neverland. I mean, I still want to see it. And it's only because of certain people, like the asshole who try to troll me on Facebook, so that way I can say, well, I've seen the film. But now that HBO has taken it off, it's like, but why? why are y'all taking it off if it's supposed to be a documentary? I mean, it's because, y'all getting a lot of negative feedback? Or you starting to find out that these two dudes are starting to be exposed. So, and I'll just say this, man. My mom, she told me this. If you're going to dig a hole for somebody, make sure you dig two. So.
That's very profound.
Yeah. So I'm just going to leave it on that note. So that's just where I'm at with it, man. So hashtag MJ innocent all day, every day, man.
All right. So what y'all think, people? We're opening it up for discussion again.
Oh, real quick. Let me send some shout outs, man. I want to send another shout out to Dwayne Woodley. I want to shout out Chris Lacey. Shout out Jamin Flowers. And I want to send a special shout out to Omar Mikey Reese. Happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? And these are all cat who are very much secure within the Prince fandom and could be Michael Jackson fans. That's all I got to say, man.
All right, then. That's it.
MJ innocent.
Peace. And we out.
Purple Underground all day, every day.